Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. In today's video we are doing a little cluster of hauls. There are some older polishes here that have actually been sitting up in my racks for probably 6 months. No, longer than that. I bought these last year, all of these in the top row last year. Some from Walmart, others from probably Target, and a couple that I found either in a D-stash or from the Nail Hoot website back on Black Friday. So they've been sitting up there for a while, getting forgotten and left behind for all of the other haul videos. Then I also have a couple of polishes that I got from Sassy Sauce and my Hella Handmade creations for May. So we've got a lot to look at. I have them all swatched as well as the top coats. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. The first thing that we're going to look at is from Sinful Colors. This is their Sporty Bright top coat. This is supposed to have a unique rubber finish that it dries to, so I thought it would be an interesting one to try. So in order to show you what the top coat looks like, I did 2 coats of Lights Lacquer Marie, which is a pinky blush sheer polish. And then I did 1 coat of our top coat over that. And as you can see, it sort of gives a frosty look. It almost has a texture to it as well. I'm not sure if that's going to come across, but you see those little dimples or bubbles? That's the texture in the polish, like a rubber ball, like not the super smooth ones. Little bits of dimples, little bits of bumps, for lack of a better word. So it's a very interesting top coat. I don't know honestly how frequently I'll be using it, but like I said, I wanted to give it a try and see what it looked like. So that first one was Sinful Colors and their rubber top coat. The second polish is also a Sinful Colors that I grabbed from Walmart, and this one is their matte collection called Blacklist. It is a matte black polish. Interestingly enough, this took forever for me to get it to dry into a matte finish. And even as I'm looking at it, the finish on it is not very consistent. So as a matte black polish, at least on my swatch stick, I think you'd have to come back with a glossy top coat and then a matte top coat on top of it to get it to look right, which sort of defeats the purpose of having a color that dries to a matte finish, especially a cheap one. You'd want it to just dry and go. And like I said, it took forever for this one to dry into any sort of a matte finish whatsoever. And I'm not sure if that's coming across, but it is streaky. The matte portions of this definitely aren't very smooth. So I gotta say I'm not too impressed with that one. But we'll see. I mean, I'll probably just end up using it as a black nail polish, just in general. So that was Sinful Colors, Blacklist. Then on to one of the polishes that got left behind when I did my Black Friday haul. This one is from Nail Hoot, and this is called Cookies and Cream, and this is a really cute white crelly. It has a variety of black glitters in it. There are square glitters, I believe the little tiny hexes, and then there's also a smattering of some gold shimmer you see there. It's a very unique polish. I thought it was really cute, and I think I added it to my order in order to get free shipping. And this is how this one looks. I think this could be a really fun accent nail, maybe as a backdrop for some nail art as well. But it is unlike any other polish that I have in my collection, and that is it in 2 coats, in case I didn't say. So if you did want to layer more glitters, you could always do a 3rd, but I thought it looked cute in 2. So that was Nail Hoot's Cookies and Cream. The next polish was a random buy, probably at Target, if not at another Walmart. This is a Sally Hansen from their Insta-Dry line called Confetti Pop. And honestly, when I swatched this, I was a bit surprised at how sheer it was. In the bottle, I figured it would be more of a crelly base with all of that fun glitter in it. The glitters are a metallic finish in a variety of colors, from silver to gold to green, pink, and red. I see yellow in there as well, blue. So this is it in 2 coats. Like I said, it was sheerer than I expected it to be. I guess it's not too surprising, but I usually expect more of a sheer finish with this type of polish in like an indie. Mainstreams often don't really seem to go too sheer with this, even when it's necessary. But I can understand why they did it with this one because it's loaded with glitter. And I think if they went too opaque on the base, you really wouldn't be able to see them. However, it is very packed full of glitter. And I feel like when you have 2 coats like I do here, you have enough glitter but not enough base. So this is almost more like a jelly topper, which is not at all how I would have worn this. I feel like if you were to add a 3rd coat for opacity, you'd end up with way too much glitter, but finally be able to get opaque, if that makes sense. So unfortunately, this is one that I'm not too sure how I'll be wearing it, if at all. After that swatch, I'm not too excited about how it came out. But in any case, that was Sally Hansen's Confetti Pop. Then on to 2 polishes that I got in a random D-stash last year. The first one is from Moomoo's Signatures, and this one is called Unicorn Cave. This is a very light lilac shade. It has a shifting pigment in there that goes from gold to green to a little bit of aqua blue at the edges. In certain angles, I swear I'm seeing like an orange pop up. But I don't think that's going to come across on camera because it is definitely at extreme angles. I think most of the color shift that you're going to see is that bright yellow gold. And in person, that yellow gold is a green to my eyes. So like I said, one of those very shifty polishes that depending on your angle and the lighting, it will shift really beautifully. And I also like the particle size of that shimmer in here. So this is it in 2 coats. I do think this one is pretty sheer. I think most nails might need a 3rd coat, but when I look at this in direct lighting with no backlight, I think the backlight is mainly what gives it a much more sheer appearance on camera. Without that backlight too is probably going to be okay for some nail lengths, although if you want to reach full opacity, you probably would need that 3rd. But it is a really cute light color. I will have to come back and do some comparisons to other colors in this color family in my collection. So that one was Moomoo's Signatures Unicorn Cave. And the next polish is from Dior, and it is called Summer Splash. It is a multi-chrome with hollow, and it came out in polish pickup for May 2020. This is a really stunning holographic polish in sort of a rusty orange color. What I really like about it is on the face of the bottle, you can really see that beautiful linear holographic, and there's like a red face to it, so you get other colors going on besides just the orange. I mean, look at that pinkish red. Really, really beautiful. You can see some gold popping up at the base of the bottle there. So this is it in 2 coats. I do think I forgot to come back with top coats, so none of these have a top coat. But it is a really beautiful linear holographic. Again, love the color. I personally, even though it says Summer Splash, wouldn't really consider this a summer color for myself anyways. It's not intensely vibrant, but it is a gorgeous shade that I would pull out in the fall. Just look at that linear holographic. That is beautiful. So that one again was from Dior, and that was Summer Splash. And then I have 2 polishes that I got for the Sassy Sauce release that happened, I think that was May, if I'm not mistaken. They did send out a cute little sample of their lotion. This one is called their Caviar in Pistachio Pudding. I will say I did try a sniff of this, and whew, it is incredibly strong scented. So for me, I probably won't get much use out of it, but the consistency seems pretty nice. So I'll have to try it in maybe a different scent, but I always love little freebies. Then I got a polish from them that I had on my wish list from them for quite a while. I got Spillin' Tea. This one is a really beautiful purple polish. It's loaded with flakies and shifting shimmer. Again, the shimmer is going to be super, super shifty. On camera, you're seeing that golden yellow. In person, I'm seeing green. Then you've got those iridescent flakies that are shifting. You've got green and blue, pink even. Really gorgeous. The swatch pictures of this were simply dazzling. This is it in 2 coats. I will say most nails will probably need a 3rd. But again, this is one of those ones where when I didn't have backlighting, which is this light here, it was opaque enough that I was happy with it. So some nails might be able to get away with just the 2 coats. longer nails might need a third, or if you really want it to be opaque without using too much of this polish, you could always put it over an undie to get yourself an opaque base to have all of the shimmer and flakies pop off of. Anything in the purple family really should work nicely. I've got, let's see, ooh, probably this one. That is Orly's Synthetic Symphony. Could make a really beautiful bright purple for this to pop off of. Or you could go darker, although I don't think I have a plain cream sitting out at the moment that matches. But anything in the purple family should make a nice undie to use. So that one was Spillin' Tea. The next one was part of the new collection that was releasing. This is a magnetic topper and it is called Moving Violation. I was really excited to see this one because it is a hollow silver topper that is magnetic. And what I really liked about this one is it seemed from the live swatches that I saw of this that the holographic really made a beautiful dance on the nails. This is it in 2 coats. I did end up doing 2 for the swatches. And just look at that rainbow from the linear holographic. I think this is going to be really, really fun to use over a bunch of different colors. If I were using it as a topper, I probably wouldn't do the 2 coats, but just for swatching purposes, I figured 2 would be a lot easier to see on camera. But again, I know, I hear you, baby. But I thought this was really fun. I have seen a couple other brands come out with something similar, but I thought that the formulation on this one seemed to be really beautiful and pretty close to what I would be looking for in a magnetic hollow. So I'm glad to have that one in my collection and can't wait to try it out on a bunch of different colors. I might have to add this to my summer rack. So that was Sassy Sauce Moving Violation. Now we're going to get into the Hella Handmade Creations order that I placed in. The first one that I got was from Great Lakes Lacquer, and this is She Bent the Rain. This is one from her Avatar: The Last Airbender series. And I was really excited to see this one because look at all of those flakies in here. See that huge one? The color on this is somewhat reminiscent of labradorite to me. One of my favorite gemstones. I love the dusty tone, but it's also bright because of those flakies. This was a must-have for that month. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. This is it in 2 coats with a top coat. Look at that. It has some hollow in it, which I didn't really notice in the bottle, but it definitely shows up on the nail. Then you've got all of those beautiful flakies. It's a very gorgeous polish. Definitely happy I grabbed it. I think this for me is going to be an early fall polish, but that's going to be really hard to designate because you know me and my fall racks. I always add to my fall racks in general. I have fun pulling the colors, but we'll see when I get to wear this because it's gorgeous. That is Great Lakes Lacquer, She Bent the Rain. The next polish was one that I was super excited to see as well. This comes from 1422 Designs and it is called Best Day Ever, and it is inspired from her Tangled collection. This was a really fun summery bright green. It's loaded with flakies and there's a bit of blue shimmer in there. I think you can sort of see that behind the flakies there on the face of the bottle. I thought this one would be a really fun polish to add to my summer rack. It is bright without being too in your face neon. This is it in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. I think the color on this is really fun, pretty wearable too. Like I said, it's not too intensely vibrant. I mean, just compared to another green that I have on my summer rack from Orly. Wow, that makes it actually look very yellow. But that one is Neon Paradise. A somewhat neon green, definitely on the yellow side, sort of like a highlighter or tennis ball yellow green. Compare it to the other Orly that I have on my rack, that's actually closer. The Orly is definitely much more saturated and obviously is a cream, but that one is Plastic Jungle. My camera always washes out the vibrancy of this color. It is not as soft in person. It is definitely much more intensely vibrant, but just to do some comparisons of some colors. But I thought this one, like I said, was just a really fun one to add to my summer rack. I thought that the tone of this green was really beautiful. It's got just that tiniest pinch of leaning into the blue realm. It's definitely still a green, but I think it might be that blue shimmer that's speaking blue to my eyes. So that second one from Hella Handmade Creations from May was 1422's Best Day Ever. The next polish is a purple one from Pretty Beautiful Unlimited. This one is called Upala or Upala. I'm not actually sure on the pronunciation, but this is a stunning polish, and just look at the reflective components twinkling away. This has a stunning multi-chrome base to it. It's got the reflective glitters and it's got those flakies. Look at the blues and greens popping. Very gorgeous. This is it in 2 coats. I think this one does have a glossy top coat, but I've noticed when I use the Orly secondary top coat on a reflective polish, it still is not very glossy and it still has some texture. So if you wanted it to be very glossy, I would definitely suggest a thicker top coat. But look at the combination here. You've got that really stunning purple to gold to red multi-chrome base, those reflective glitters twinkling away, and then those flakies contrasting quite nicely in blues and greens. Another combination that is just beautiful. I'm not sure if some of those shifts in the multi-chrome are coming across on camera. I think my camera's mostly catching the purples, but it's definitely got shifts to red and gold and even green at the edges. Let's look at all that twinkle down here from the reflective glitter. Really gorgeous. So that was Pretty Beautiful Unlimited's Upala or Yubala. Next up is one from Swamp Glass. This one is called Malama. This was from their Hella Handmade Creations anniversary that happened earlier in the year or last year. I actually don't remember when it happened, but this was part of their respawns, I believe. I keep saying respawns. Respawns is technically Polished Gamers. So this is, I think, their overpour section from Hella Handmade Creations, but look at this gorgeous polish. So it looks like a purple polish, but it's actually a deep blue base. It is loaded with red metallic microflakies, iridescent flakies, and holographic glitter. Look at everything just twinkling away in here. I mean, this is such a fun party in a bottle. Look at the shifts down there at the edge of the bottle. You've got the rainbow from the holographic twinkling glitters. This is very, very unique to my collection. This is it in 2 coats. You can see the blue base better here, and then all of that red micro flaky twinkling away. Such a fun combination. I love contrast in polish, and I think the red with the blue is really, really pretty. You've got the iridescent flakies as well. Just a really fun combination, and like I said, unique to my collection. So that one was Swamp Gloss Malama. And then the last polish that I got is from DRK Nails, and it is Time is Fixed. This one, I believe, was also a overpour that I got because it originally came out in October of 2021. This is a stunning topper. Look at all those colors. This has really intensely vibrant flakies in it, more in the crystal chameleon type flakies. They're more like the mylar type that are really punchy, as opposed to some of the iridescent flakies, which have a tendency of being a bit more sheer. So that's just my personal designation about how I compare the two. I don't know if there's actually a technical term or not, but oh my goodness, did you see that huge one? There are definitely some huge flakies in here. This one also has ghost flakies in it though, so that those blue flashes that you're seeing, and it's just such a stunning combination. I think this one would look, oh, there it is. Holy moly, you see that guy? Wow, beautiful combo there. I think this one will look amazing over so many different colors. This one I did end up doing over one of the color clubs that I already had swatched on this wheel. So there you can see some of the ghost flakies in blue popping up nicely. I will say on the swatch, a lot of these didn't pop as well as I thought they would over such a dark color. which I kind of found surprising considering how intensely vibrant they are in person. In fact, on camera, they're being quite camera shy as well, because you're seeing light colors like the light gold and the indigo color from the Ghost Flakies, but in person, they're catching the light. Like that color right there, that orange that's popping up, is like way brighter in person. So it's a really interesting topper. I guess I'll have to play around with it on different colors. I'm thinking it might work best over lighter colors. So maybe not only as light as a pastel, but something along those lines. So we'll have to play around with that one, but I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. That is Time is Fixed. And there we go. That wraps up my little miscellaneous haul. Everything from Walmart to miscellaneous indies, a D-stash, and my HHC order. Let me know down below which ones were your favorites, if you ordered any from the month of May from HHC. Let me know if we ordered any of the same or if I missed any, because that's always possible. Make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos, and I will see you in that next one.